Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast, episode 36, our Marcus Smart episode. Uh-oh.
Ew, no. Redo.
All right. Here we go.
Redo, cut.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Let's Keep It a Buck podcast. I'm your host, B Souls. Got my co-host with me, Wordu, Justin. Dom, say what's up to the chat.
Yes, sir.
And today we got another guest in the building, the one and only Buster. Say what's up to the people.
Thank you for having me,
Buster.
brother. Happy to be here, guys.
No problem, man. No problem. Happy to have you on. Shout out to the YouTube people, man. Y'all showed crazy love on the last one. Shout out to Molly for coming on for the last pod. Very fun episode. The last 3 episodes in general, we've been killing it. So shout out to everyone on YouTube. For the people watching this right now, turn on Noti, subscribe to the channel, like the video, you know what's up. And shout out to the Twitch chat, the people that come through live to watch this stuff live.
Sus chat in the building.
Sus chat in the building. What's up to the regulars in the chat? Y'all see the sub goal, man. If we can reach that by the end of this pod, that'd be crazy. You know what I'm saying? We trying to grow this year, trying to make this a full-time thing, hopefully one day in the future. Got a lot to talk about, man. Got a lot to talk about today. Not just today, but ever since our Sunday pod. A lot has happened in the NBA world, man. A lot has happened. But before we get into that, how's everyone been, bro? How's everyone been this week or the last couple of days since I've seen everybody?
Been cool, man. Just been chilling, surviving.
Where how you been?
Where you? I feel like Dom says the same shit every time you ask that. He says like, "Oh, I'm just chilling, man. Just cool." You know?
That's all we doing out here, baby. We just
maybe that's all he's doing. They wait on me to say something stupid so they can laugh at me. That's all it is. What's up, Big Buster? How you doing, man?
Doing fantastic, man. What a crazy day! Oh my god.
Oh, bro, I definitely did not expect this today, bro. I swear to God,
man.
Me neither.
Yeah, just how you been, bro?
I woke up smelling the trade. I knew it was in the air.
I
knew it was coming.
That's why I was there.
No, like 2 days ago. Remember when I asked you guys in the group chat, who was it that said that the front office is looking to trade? No. It was either I forget who it was, but it was on Twitter.
It was me, nigga.
And it was like the front office is looking to trade Harden even a couple weeks into the season. I remember it, and I was like,
"Who?" It was me, LaBouffe.
It was you.
Do we gotta give him his flowers?
People, Buster, it's a thing. They don't want to give me credit.
You said that on Twitter, Cap.
On this show,
Actually, no.
All of their comments.
We're literally asking who it was so we can give credit.
Justin, what actually happened was when you came to the group chat with it, Wordu was the first person to be like they weren't going to trade Harden. They were going to wait till at least the end of the season for the trade deadline. That would make no sense to trade them during the season. That's what Wordu said. And now he's wrong. So. Gematria is wrong.
Anyways, I knew it was happening. So.
Oh, you didn't say that though. You said it, but you didn't say that. Okay.
I didn't say he was going to, but I knew it was happening.
I like the new angle. Bro.
Ooh,
thank you. I was looking down and shit.
Now you're looking up. All right, man. Before we get into the the interview section of the pod, the questions I have for Buster, man. We have to talk about this Nets trade, man. Let's just get into it, bro. Let's just get into it. We would do the people this. We wouldn't do them right justice if we didn't talk about this Nets trade. I would honestly say right now one of the biggest trades already in NBA history. Does the panel agree? It has to be, right? Just in terms of the moving pieces.
History?
One of them.
I don't know.
Oh, one of them. Yes. Yes.
For it to impact history, though, that's my perspective on it. But I think it'll come down to whether Kyrie wants to play or not. And whether they're able to sort of fill out the rest of the team. Because without Kyrie, it's pretty close to what the duo of Durant and Kyrie was before Harden. So it's not like, especially with how many other players are now gone, it's not like they upgraded that much if Kyrie doesn't play. So that's the only determining factor on the quality of the trade, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah, because this was definitely a trade that they made to make a championship run. So my thing with this whole trade this is a trade where the expectations are to win a championship. So if they don't do that, then to me it's a fail. I don't like if you have 3 guys that are arguably top 15 players. If they make the finals and make it competitive, they would have to at least make the finals. They would have to at least make the finals.
They got.
It's looking more likely now. I'll just say that it's looking a lot more likely now.
Yeah. But before
that's if Kyrie stays.
Yeah, that's if Kyrie stays and if he plays. But before we analyze the trade, let me just recap the trade for the YouTube people, for the people in the chat. Pretty sure everyone knows by now, but I'm gonna just read it off. So let's start with what the Nets got. Just James Harden, nothing else. So the Nets got James Harden. Mm-hmm. The Rockets, the second main piece of this trade, they got a boatload. So they got Victor Oladipo. They got Dante Exum. They got Rodions Kurucs. I don't know how to say his first name, but Kurucs. They got 3 Brooklyn Nets first round draft picks, 2022, 2024, 2026, unprotected. And they got a Milwaukee Bucks first round draft pick in 2022. And they got 4 first round swaps for the Nets, or from the Nets, in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027. So just to condense what the Rockets got even more, they essentially got Oladipo, they got Exum, they got Kurucs, and they have the Brooklyn Nets first round draft picks from 2021 all the way to 2027, and they got an additional Milwaukee Bucks first round draft pick in that process. A boatload. And the Pacers,
they did all right.
They did decent. They did all right. And the Pacers, they got Karis LeVert in a second round draft pick. I forgot who the second round draft pick was from, though. Or at least in the tweet I'm reading off right now, they didn't really specify. And the Cavs, they got Jared Allen and Taurean Prince in the trade. So that's the whole trade. A lot of moving pieces. Let me just go around the room, you know what I'm saying, get everyone's initial thoughts on the trade. What are you thinking, man? I know you already had the Nets making the finals as it is. Mm-hmm. Did this improve their chances to you?
It definitely improved their chances. I did have them making the finals regardless, but I think just pulled the trigger on this trade with the insinuation, I guess, of Kyrie potentially leaving or Kyrie not wanting to play. I think there was a report that just came out recently that said Kyrie was frustrated with not having more of a voice in hiring Steve Nash. I don't know if that's means they're gonna try to explore trades for him because of that, or Kyrie, because they have Harden. Kyrie tries to set his differences aside and try to make it work to win the championship. Now, I had them winning regardless, but I think this gives them more of a realistic shot of making the finals and, potentially beating the Lakers, even though I think the Lakers are just so good defensively that I think they're going to win in 5 or 6 games, if you ask me, but it definitely gives them a better shot. Karis LeVert going to the Pacers makes that Pacers team a little bit better defensively. You have Brogdon, LeVert, Miles Turner, and Sabonis. It's not bad. I think they'll be a really, really good team in the East too.
LeVert's a better defender than Oladipo.
Has Oladipo been playing like a good defender this season?
I honestly haven't watched any Pacers games.
This nigga dumb.
I'm genuinely asking.
Anyways, the Cavs,
I'm genuinely asking.
The Cavs, I don't know. And the Cavs got Jarrett Allen and Taurean Prince.
So
I don't see the purpose of having Taurean Prince. I don't think he's going to have many minutes in the rotation. At least when Drummond potentially leaves, even though I know he opted in, they can kind of build around Jarrett Allen too. So I think it's a win for all sides, pretty much.
Interesting. Buster, you already kind of gave your take on it, but if you want to elaborate further, go ahead, bro. What are your thoughts on this blockbuster trade?
Yeah, I mean, I had the Nets and Lakers in the finals regardless as well. So this kind of only further, pushes it for me, as well. With that being said, I think it gives them a much better shot if everybody is healthy, to go up against LeBron and Anthony Davis and a Lakers team, which is better than last year, and definitely a hell of a lot more confident than last year. So, given all of that, if everybody's able to stay healthy, I think the Nets have a much better shot of beating the Lakers than they would have beforehand.
Okay, but my question with that, I agree, right, that they got better with James Harden on the Nets. But my question is, even with the better shot, do you still have the Lakers winning it or not? That's my thing.
Yes.
Because
there are too many variables, right? There are far fewer variables on the Lakers end than there are on the Nets end. On the Nets, you have things that aren't even related to basketball. You have guys who don't want to play for absolutely no reason. You don't have that with LeBron and Anthony Davis. And they also, have a much longer track record, particularly LeBron in terms of pulling through in situations like that. They're less injury prone overall as well. When you look at Kevin, Kyrie, and James. I think Kyrie Irving's only played 70 games 3 times in his career since 2011. So, when you look at everything together, all the intangibles, all the things that have to fall into place for the Nets, I still give the Lakers the edge.
Yeah, because my thing is, in a vacuum, yes, they did improve. But if the goal is to win a championship and most people still have the Lakers winning, I don't know if James Harden is worth literally giving up your next 7 first-round draft picks and then some. So that's just
a
me.
lot of picks, man.
That's 7 years. That's a whole ass decade of first-round draft picks, bro.
And we know what happens with teams that give away all their picks and then they underachieve in the playoffs. So
the last team to do that was the damn Nets.
Was it? Yep.
True. Those Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce.
Yep, they were the last team to do that.
I remember that team. People were so hype, and they did not do it.
Nope. All right, Justin.
Now,
man.
to be fair about that Nets team, they were nowhere near. Like,
they're way older.
Kevin Garnett was so much.
Way older.
Yeah, he was so much past his prime. Paul Pierce was so much past his prime. Deron Williams obviously wasn't the same Deron Williams anymore. That's a different factor than having KD, who's still Kevin Durant, James Harden, who even as thick as Zion can still give you 45. And Kyrie, who's not even there, is still better than Deron Williams. So,
right. Yeah. Justin, resident Cleveland Cavaliers stan.
Yes.
Huh? How do you feel about Jared Allen? Huh? You guys making the playoffs?
Seeing that I don't even know what they gave up for him, what the second round pick, I'm okay with that. I can see the offs in the next 3 years.
Over the hump.
The offs?
In the next 3 years, they're only getting better.
Offs makes a return.
Better and better.
How you feeling about Colin Sexton, bro?
I'm Colin Sexton.
All-star
The
starter?
only guy I have a problem with is Darius Garland, bro.
He's playing well.
I'm not all in on it.
He's actually been better. Really? Still,
I'm not convinced.
Well, let me ask you this: as a Cavalier fan, how do you feel about basically being the miniature Knicks with having like 8 big men right now?
All right.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Andre Drummond, bro? Do you want them to trade Andre Drummond or keep Allen?
Yeah, let me give you a rundown. Y'all have Drummond, JaVale McGee. Y'all have Jared Allen. Y'all also have Larry Nance. And y'all still have Kevin Love.
You're complaining about all these big men, but, I mean, they're only getting better this year. So if it's working, it's working.
Hey, man.
What is better?
Last place, I think last year, or second to last. So I mean,
I love it.
I'm not gonna if they tried to make a change, I'm okay with it, even if it sucks. And if they try to make a change and they're actually playing better, I have no complaints. I have no complaints.
Ain't no complaints.
Drummond is my favorite fantasy basketball player of all time, so I'm gonna just put that out there.
Yeah, we were
Drummond
talking
is
about
an
that earlier.
all-time fantasy legend. All-time fantasy legend.
No doubt.
No doubt.
He's definitely
Bro, 20 and 15 every year. I've never seen a player with so much difference between like how they are in fantasy and what their actual value is on the court. Like Andre Drummond is still a good player, but compared to his value in fantasy, there's such a big difference there. It's actually insane. Oh, shout out to Sporting Logically hosting us, rating us with a party of 16.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
Sporting
Yes, sir.
Logically, man.
What's
What's
good?
poppin'? What's
Live
poppin'? What's
stream,
poppin'?
man.
Shout out to CMB for gifting a sub and B Falase. He told me how to pronounce it in the pre-show for gifting another sub as well. Dom,
Shout out
what
to
are your thoughts,
Spolo.
bro? What are your thoughts? We talked about the Nets before
Man,
getting Harden.
my thoughts on it, honestly, I feel like they personally got Harden to replace Kyrie Irving. They're fed up with Kyrie, and if they're all in on Steve Nash, you don't want Kyrie Irving. He's obviously made it clear not for a Steve Nash system. And I wonder who was saying at some point in the offseason, I could see James Harden getting traded to the Nets, and they trade Kyrie for whatever reason. And why would they do that? Kevin Durant came there to play with Kyrie. Why would they do that? They don't see the vision. They just listen to people who watch gematria numbers. They don't actually know the real wisdom. But
I never
hey,
said
man,
that.
good move for the
Wisdom.
Nets. Hopefully, Thickums, aka James Harden, can get in shape and actually compete and actually want to
Never
play.
said that.
Hopefully, Kyrie can stop trying to be a social justice warrior and please just, man, I'm not gonna tell a man to shut up and dribble. Stop tweeting and
Just
get
shut
the
up.
shooting free throws. I don't know, bro. Like, hey, I'm not gonna tell you to shut up and dribble, bro. But at this point,
Oh my. Interesting. You know what's
This
crazy?
nigga Dom is a fool.
You did
You're
cut
a
off
fool,
when you
nigga.
said that, so it's all good, bro. No one caught that.
Thank
No
God
one
it
caught
did.
that.
He censored himself.
You got to censor Mike.
But yeah, I definitely think it's gonna be the Nets and the Lakers. But if they do trade Kyrie, where do you guys think he lands?
The Celtics.
Who would take him right now?
The
given everything?
Celtics.
The Celtics.
Kemba for
Bro, I
Kyrie?
swear to
Huh?
Anyone's on the trading block, and the first thing always the Celtics. Out of this guy, I swear.
Shout out to Mike the Monkey for the sub. Yes, sir. Yes.
No. Mike the Monkey.
Yeah. I don't. Kyrie. I don't
Somebody
know.
said the Knicks before we came on here. I cannot vouch for that.
Oh yeah. Okay. So what do you think about the Kyrie potentially, hypothetically, if Kyrie was traded to the Knicks, how would you feel?
How would I feel?
That's
I
a
would,
star. That's a star in New York, man. Y'all have been wanting a star in New York for the longest. Come on now.
All
No,
about
That's
that's
the wrong
Kyrie.
type of star.
If he's serious about playing his heart out for the Knicks, obviously he's a top player in the NBA. But if we're trading away our young core for a guy who's gonna just decide not to play because he doesn't feel like it, I'll probably jump out the window.
Interesting. And
that would drive me crazy.
What do you think about
suggestions?
Stephen A. telling him to retire?
Oh,
He
yeah,
should just
yeah.
retire.
Yeah. I saw that this morning. Stephen A. just said he should just
That's
It's
retire.
just because Stephen A.
That was
That's
before they got Harden. He said that.
You know what? But before we move on with this
Honestly?
conversation, before we move on with this conversation, let's just give a preface to the people what happened, because we didn't really talk about it on Wednesday. So since Wednesday, Kyrie Irving. Well, I think
It is Wednesday.
no. Since Sunday. Like the past 3-4 games, Kyrie Irving has missed playing for the Brooklyn Nets due to personal reasons. I don't know where Dom went, but hold on. But yeah, the last couple games, Kyrie has missed due to personal reasons, and footage came out. Of him partying without a mask. There were rumors that he was partying with Drake. Worldwide Wob kind of just exposed that on Twitter. He was not partying with Drake. Dom is back. Let me go back.
So he was not.
He was not, but he was regardless still at a party, and obviously with all the cancellations.
But not with Drake.
But not with Drake. But obviously with all the cancellations and the suspensions going on, a lot of people thought it was a very irresponsible thing. The whole
There's no I in Team Kyrie.
yeah, no,
Come on.
that type of stuff. So what is everyone's reaction on that? Because I already made a video about it. Anyone want to go?
Yeah. Kyrie's been a bitch since he joined the Celtics,
Oh.
and we all know that. No matter how many times B-Souls try to defend him.
All right.
Yeah,
Well,
that's all I had to say.
Well, that's an opinion.
to each is their own. Wordu, what are your thoughts on Kyrie, bro? Because I think, at least from the tweets you put out, you're kind of on the opposite side of the spectrum.
I honestly think from a business perspective, you're getting paid that much money, man. You just play the games. Even if there's like a disagreement with the front office, at the very least, even Harden played, bro, and he didn't want to be there, obviously. And even he played. So Kyrie, it's like, bro, just play the games. If there's really an issue, you bring it up directly with the management. Y'all try to come up with a resolution. Just don't walk off. Like, it's like you don't really care about being there for the team, let alone just like the whole city of, Brooklyn. It's like you just don't care. And I know being an NBA player and being an athlete, especially a star player, it can come with a lot of, scrutiny. So I do get it. I understand, but you have to be a man sometimes, bro. You have to be a man, bro. Even Harden, he didn't want to play with the Rockets, and he still played. So, I can't really excuse it. And I love Kyrie, but it's like you have to play. It's your job to play. You have a contract. You have to follow through with that. So I can't agree. I can't agree with what he's doing. I love Kyrie, but it's just it's getting repetitive,
He's ridiculously talented. It's just a shame for not just the Nets, but the NBA as a whole, because the NBA is better with him in it, and he's opting, on his own accord, not to. It's kind of crazy. It's crazy to me.
The only correction I would make to what Wordu said was when he said personal reasons. I don't think any reports came out that said he wasn't playing because he didn't want to play for the Nets specifically. He just said it was personal reasons. And my problem with the whole thing is that people just kind of assumed like his whole personal life just off the fact that they saw him at a party. Like I said it in my video a couple of days ago. For all we know, the dude could be like depressed or something, and he just needed emotional time with his family. And I guess some people might think that you just gotta man up. But every person's different. D Rose did it when he was on the Cavs, suffering through all those injuries. He took like a couple games off because he just wanted to be with his family and reevaluate his whole career. And I get that.
Yeah, but didn't he say that when he took the games off? I need to reevaluate and be with my family. He said that up front, didn't he?
He did. So that's the thing. That's the only thing with Kyrie. I think he needs to communicate with the franchise.
We were saying the same thing in the summer about the.
That's the thing. He needs to communicate better.
Black Lives Matter shit. He was like, we kept saying this guy needs to say something, like come out, tweet something, post something. Yeah. He wasn't saying anything.
That's the thing with Kyrie. I just don't think he communicates well enough. That's my I don't think he's an evil dude or anything. He doesn't know how to read the room to me.
Yeah,
but didn't go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I think the problem inherently isn't missing a game, because you could, there could be a million different reasons, totally legitimate reasons to miss a game, even though it forfeits a check and the team, the fans, whatever. He's got to take care of himself and make sure he's there for the long run, for the Nets, for the NBA, for himself, right? Got to take care of yourself. But when there's no words on the other end and you shut down the media, then people are going to, by nature, just start making up things, and they're not going to reflect well on Kyrie. So for his own sake, he should come out and say what the deal is, whatever it is. It could be a ridiculous reason, but just the fact that he would be communicating it in that case would make it okay.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just don't think Kyrie is communicating enough with everyone. And I thought that would kind of change this offseason, because he literally said on Instagram that it's about time I set my own narrative and I'll speak for myself. But ever since he made that Instagram post, he really hasn't done any of that. So like I'm kind of known at this point as a Kyrie defender, but I see where where his faults are. I'm just not trying to villainize the dude and say he's this evil person, like a lot of people are trying to make him out to be. I think he's just a dude with good intentions, and he just again, I just don't think he knows how to read. That's my whole thing.
I think
but
if you do something like this, you have to have a good reason, and if you don't have any reason, people are just going to assume it's bad. Why wouldn't you give your reason if it's a perfectly good reason? Is what most people are probably thinking.
Yeah. Real quick, Dom, if you can try to turn on your webcam.
I think that's the thing. Even if he was gonna like come out and explain himself, it would be a lose-lose because it would just go back to the narrative of Kyrie not really caring. Even if he like publicly gave you the reason why he's missing, because it wasn't just him going to a party. I think he was also on a Zoom call with somebody in the Brooklyn. I forgot what it was, but it was like politically. It was political. But yeah, I think he just needs to communicate more, and that's the thing. Even if he does communicate, he can't win, regardless, because everyone mostly thinks he's just the crazy conspiracy theorist superstar that likes to take games off. And he's emotional and he's not a leader.
Yeah, it's too late at this point, you know.
Yeah. Dom, while you get your go ahead, Buster. Go ahead, Buster.
I was gonna say, I still think though something is better than nothing, even if it is now, just coming out and even if it is, you know, like if he came out and said, I should have said this at the beginning, but my head wasn't right or whatever it was, I should have done that in the future. I will learn from, you know, the mistake, move on, explain his reasons. Everybody would totally accept it. We're just waiting for it.
Right.
And some people would still not accept that, but I feel like some people would. So some people's more than not.
They would be wrong.
Some people would still be like, he's a bitch. He should have said it before or whatever. I would probably be one of those people.
Hey, fair enough.
Dom, while you give your thoughts out, if you could try to reconnect into the Discord call, your webcam is lagging mad heavy. Just try to reconnect it.
His face keeps splitting in half.
All right, Wordu. I mean, Wordu. Dom, what are your thoughts on this whole situation, bro?
I was just mistaken for Wordu. Oh my god. I mean, I do agree that. Well, I would say this for Kyrie Irving. I do feel like it's kind of a. I want to call it a. I just feel like it's unfair for him. The media does paint this picture to make him out to be some villain when he's doing innocent things, and for all like you said, no one knows what's going on through his head. No one knows why he needed time with his family. Only he knows that, and if he needed that, then he needs that. I was going to say with the Derrick Rose thing, I thought Derrick Rose didn't even tell the Cavaliers before one game he wasn't coming. They seen him not there dressed up and then seen what happened. He was like, yeah, I needed time with my family.
I think he apologized after.
And then that's what
that was the thing.
Yeah, after what happened, he came and apologized, but still, he didn't say where he was going. He just stepped away because he needed to step away, which, I mean, we're all human at the end of the day. So if you need that, then you need that. And if that's the case, cool. But if that's not the case, then you look kind of shitty. If at the end of the day, we need to hear something from you, though. We need to hear what happened. You need to at least defend your actions, justify your actions, or apologize for your actions. Gotta do something. But being quiet and then getting upset that people are coming up with stories when you won't come out with what happened is kind of childish to me. But we're talking about Kyrie Irving. He's had plenty of childish moments in his career. He's had a bunch of mature. He's grown a lot as a player, but he's done mature things in the past. He's going to continue to do immature things in the past. He's going to continue to do immature things. That's just, I don't know. Like you said, he just doesn't know how to read the room. He's just cut from a different cloth. Kyrie's just a different breed, bro. He's different.
Yeah.
He's a different dude.
Yeah.
Hell of a hooper.
Hell of a hooper.
Yeah, sir. One of the most skilled offensive players of all time. No one can deny that from him.
Best handles ever. I don't care what no one says. You can say who you want.
For sure.
He has the best handles of all time.
Yeah, bro. That dude literally
Probably
has a
best
strength.
non-dunker at the rim too. You guys think he's the best non-dunker at the rim in NBA history?
Finishing wise, yeah, I can say he is.
Yeah.
His
layup package
he's
is
a tough
ridiculous, bro. Holy
the
shit.
areas
Nuts.
he skips the ball off of with that rotation, bro, is just amazing.
Yeah. So shout out to
Insane.
Kyrie, man. I mean, we all know how good you are as a basketball player. We just want to see you on the court at this point, bro. Because a lot of people this season, they were having fun watching Kyrie play. Like, people forgot how good Kyrie was after he was out for like 60, 70 games last year. And once people remember who the hell Kyrie was, I mean, everyone was enjoying him play. And we just want to see you back on the court, my guy. But if there's personal stuff going on in your life, I mean, hopefully it gets taken care of. Hopefully everything's well. But that's that on that, man. Does anyone else have any more thoughts on Kyrie, the Nets?
I still want to know who you guys think like he would go to if you were to get traded.
Oh,
Just y'all opinion.
Or who do you want him to go to?
I honestly can't think of anyone right now. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, there would be more clarity for any team to even be willing to make an offer on these situations.
Because I'm not sure what Kyrie would want to in the new situation. Because like the Nets were like perfect for him. That like he's going back home. Got KD. He's a contender. Like he's playing with a talented player that's more talented to him. But a lot of people were still calling him the leader of the team. So I thought it was the perfect situation for him. So if he wanted to get traded, or if he were to get traded, I don't know if he would go to any other team in the league and give them a commitment that he'll re-sign after his contract's up. So,
do you think there's a good chance?
Again, all I heard was that the main reason why he was mad or he was frustrated was because of they didn't really communicate with him when they hired Steve Nash. That's what I heard.
I saw that.
I don't know if that's 100% why he's taking these games off, but that might be a reason why.
That might be maybe the Heat. It might be the Heat. That'd be my guess.
Do you think maybe they signed Harden because they've been in trade rumors for like a month or two now? Why do you think they just agreed to a contract now? Is it because they think they're going to get rid of him?
Fuck shit. And,
so Harden was on some fuck shit. I mean, it's a perfect timing. I'm gonna be honest.
Seeing that, I'm thinking they're more inclined to trade him than not to trade him. But the only problem is getting a team that actually wants him.
Yeah, that was the same problem with Harden.
The Heat might be.
Hey man, if you're a player as talented as Kyrie, some team will be willing to take a chance on you.
Honestly,
it's just a matter of who. Maybe it's the Wizards. Imagine Russ, Harden, and KD
with Russ.
back again, bro.
No, he wouldn't do that to himself. Actually, he would. He signed with KD. Maybe he would do that to himself.
Justin, you about to say something?
Yeah, hold on. I was thinking. Okay, so you guys were saying that you think that the Rockets won this trade, or were a winner of this trade, right?
Were they?
Not the Rockets. The Nets.
Honestly, I think the Cavaliers won this trade, bro.
No, we're a winner. Like they weren't a loser. Either winner, you know what I mean? They weren't the the best, but was a winner.
I don't know if I follow.
Explain yourself.
So okay, let's just stick with the Nets.
No, I thought you guys said that.
The Cavs are the winners of this trade.
No, oh my motherfucker.
Yeah, man.
I never even said the word Cavs.
And you get Jared Allen?
I heard Cavs. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping.
Did I say Cavs?
I said that.
That was Dom.
Oh, Dom said Cavs. Okay, no, I'm saying, if you were to evaluate what the Nets lost and what they got, would you say they were winners or losers? Not saying that they were the best team in the trade.
Well, that's like, I mean, it's like telling, somebody what your grades are how you're gonna do on a test before you take the test. Time will take care of answering that question, and we'll find out in the next 5 months.
Yeah, if they win a championship, then they win. But
what you want to predict now? Come on.
Well, no. I will say this: the Rockets, if they plan on probably end up flipping John Wall within the next year or two, they don't plan on bringing Boogie back, and they just plan on building from the ground up, I feel like they're going to be the winners in the long run. If they try to contend now and try to go bring a third player in, the Rockets. If they try to bring a third player in, they play with John Wall and Boogie, and they use some of them pick assets, and they do that, then you lose. You're automatically a loser. So it depends on what the Rockets decide to do from here on out.
Yeah.
More of a time will tell type of question.
I think the Rockets.
I think initially I would say the Rockets won the trade. I'm not gonna lie. I would say the Rockets won the trade.
Hall, yeah.
Do you think the Nets are better off now, though, or no?
They're better off with Hart. Wait, what'd you say? Say it again.
Do you think they're better off now? The Nets.
I think yes.
They might not be.
Short term,
that was a bad word.
Short term, they are better off. Short term, they are better off.
Yeah, short term. Yeah.
I think they're going to be a better team, but I think they're actually worse off because they're already expected to make the finals. So now if I don't think they got that much better with the amount.
Stop.
They increase a lot to their pressure. They have 3 superstars on their team. Their pressure is way higher. Their expectations are higher.
Yeah.
But I don't think they got that much better. I think they barely got better.
I mean, this is a team that if they want to keep playing together, they can win 3 or 4 consecutive titles. And to put yourself in a position like that as a franchise, you can't turn that down. So will that happen? Probably not. But if you ever have a chance to give yourself that a real opportunity at being a dynasty, which the Nets could be if they all stayed healthy, they all committed, they all wanted to play, there were some pay cuts taken long term, they could be that. And yet you got to take that chance.
And now when they fail, it's going to be even worse on them because they're going to look stupid as hell.
It's a high risk, high reward trade. That's what it is. That's what.
Yeah, at least they took the chance.
I can't blame them for taking it when the opportunity presents itself, but I feel like it's just going to end so embarrassing for them.
You don't know what Kyrie's going to do.
You don't know what Kyrie's going to do. You spend a ton of money, lost all your draft picks, and now what? You lose, and then what? You just prove that these losing players you have are still losing.
Do it again next year.
It's going to be tough. I think it's a lot more pressure.
Kyrie's literally been a question mark ever since he's been traded from the Cavs.
Yeah. Ever since.
I have to agree.
3 years and on. Or 4, actually.
That was crazy. I remember the day he got traded to Boston. Oh my God, I was going crazy. I was on the train.
He was the savior. He was the savior of Boston.
We were so innocent.
We were so talented, bro. We would have made the finals in 2018. I swear to God, bro. I swear to God. Well, that's neither here or there.
Definitely was a.
You'll never be forgiven, Kyrie.
No, well, to you. I mean, he's fine.
You'll never. You named your dog Kyrie.
I'm wearing the Nets beanie right now.
Yes, sir. Hey, I've had this beanie for like 5 years.
I still think Nets are going to the finals. What did I say? No, predictions. I said they're going to get second place, right?
Second, yeah. Everyone had
and
the
were saying, you guys were the ones saying no.
5 years.
I knew this was happening.
That's impressive.
I think I was the only one that said first. So.
Wait, Buster, what'd you say?
I said you said 5-year beanie life. That was impressive.
Yeah, sir, man. I look. I just like the Nets logo. That's what it is. And then they got D'Lo. I was like, okay, let me rock this more. You know what I'm saying? And then they got KD, Kyrie. It's coming. It's coming well. Any other input?
Kyrie, man, we love you, bro. But you're doing too much fuckery. I know it's a tough time right now.
Too much fuck shit, Kyrie.
You're contractually obligated to play. If Harden can play, you can play, bro. Just come on, man. Just if it's a coaching change, you suggest that to the management. If you really think Steve Nash is not adequate to lead you guys to the finals, bring it up. Go to management with KD, with most of the players, and make that a very, very important issue. And they'll, depending on what they say, you know what I'm saying, handle it accordingly. But don't just not show up, just not show up to work,
with no explanation.
Let's give him a little bit of time, though. It's not like he's skipping the NBA finals right now. I mean, we're talking about the beginning of the season, so I want to give him a little bit more time.
Wait, how many games ago was this? 3?
3, 4, around there.
I just can't help but think if he has a problem with the coaching, why didn't he have a problem at the beginning of the season?
I don't think it is a
definitely
problem.
Not.
I saw the same thing as Word.
That was just the report that I saw. I'm not saying it's confirmed. Yeah.
I think that's got to be bullshit, because if he had a problem with the coaching or the management, why did the problem only arise 3 games ago?
Yeah.
He loves the coach.
When they were doing good. They were doing good with the coaching. He was balling.
He looked pretty happy, but who knows?
It's got to be something different.
It'll all play itself out.
Yeah, it'll play itself out, man. But hey, we got a guest in the building, bro. I know the introduction was kind of quick.
Big Buster, huh?
Yes, sir. We got a guest in the building. I know the intro was kind of quick, but for the people who don't know you, man. For the people who don't know you, man, introduce yourself. You know what I'm saying? Give people some of your background, where we met each other. I mean, you're on an episode of HTP back in the day, bro.
Oh my God. Crazy. Yeah, a little bit of background on me. I started doing high school sports broadcasting when I was 13, 14 years old in Connecticut. and then decided to build a basketball outlet. It had a couple iterations, but it eventually became Hoops Nation, which I started on Facebook, then brought over to Instagram, and then all the other platforms. And I have a team now who manages all of that. But built that up, to be what I wanted my ideal basketball outlet to be, which was covering everything serious all the way down to things that are very far from serious, the memes and some of the highlights that you won't necessarily see on pages like the NBA.
Right.
And also being able to utilize outlets and platforms to push creators that I really believed in, influencers that I really believed in, and players that I liked, and also promote some of the stuff I was doing on the personal brand side, like my podcast and things of that nature. So I started that around the same time I was doing the broadcasting, won best in the country for sportscasting, play-by-play. Before I graduated. And then kept building out these outlets. And then once I had Hoops Nation fully established, I launched subsidiaries in the sports card space, in the travel niche, and also in the sports business niche through an outlet called Void Media. Kind of through an amalgamation of all of that, I just pretty much do what I'm passionate about, and very, very lucky. And appreciate you guys having me here.
No problem, and I appreciate you for taking your time to hop on. But in terms of Hoops Nation, kind of just tell us how it was like starting that from the ground up. Like what were like the first 10,000 followers like how was it like growing that? Because obviously when you start off a YouTube not a YouTube channel, Instagram, every post is only gonna have like 5 likes max. So how were you able to were there certain tactics that you used to get up? Was there like a moment or something like that kept you going? Just talk about that.
Yeah, so the origin story originally on Facebook was I joined via a personal account. That wasn't even my real name because I don't know if I was old enough or I didn't want to be doing it under my own name or whatever it was. But I started this outlet called All NBA All Day, which was the first one that I was doing. Facebook had launched this feature called Facebook Live. First live streaming. No social media platform had live back then.
Were they the first one?
I think Facebook was the first one.
That's cool.
So they launched Facebook Live, and I was like, this is the best thing. As a broadcaster, this is perfect because it gives me access to anybody while doing the same thing that I'm doing on local high school radio. So I just started going on and talking about the NBA using my page that had literally no followers. But what I would do was, back then, I would share it into the NBA groups on Facebook, and I would get like 5-10 people. And eventually a couple people saw it who managed bigger pages. Right. And they were like, why don't you come do this on our page? And the reason that nobody else was doing it was because I made my account. It wasn't released publicly to the whole world. They only released it in certain countries. So I made my account. I put the zip code or whatever location tag from being in one of those countries. So I had access and nobody else did. So these big NBA pages were like, will you stream on our page? And they were like, we'll pay you. And I was like, no, I don't want to be paid. Let me promote the hell out of my own page. That's all I want. I want to be able to promote it 5 times throughout the entire stream. And that's how I grew probably the first 50,000 on the All NBA All Day originally. And then I just started cross-pollinating that over to Hoops Nation. And that's the origin story. But then I learned how to video edit. And I remember this one video, I did an edit of the Miami Heat fan hitting a half-court shot and LeBron tackling him, right? I put whatever the trending at the time was over the top of that video, and it did like 150 million views. I think the account grew 200,000 in 48 hours.
That's ridiculous.
Holy shit. You said 150 mil?
Yeah, it did insane. It was like one of the top. I know, and I edited an iMovie too. Like I didn't even use software. Oh my God. Yeah, it was.
Look at Wordu. Wordu was asking me what video editing software to use earlier. I'm like, yo, if you have iMovie, just use that.
It's true.
Yeah.
Facebook sharing capabilities and organic reach in like 2015-16 was unreal. So what I would do was I would get all the other NBA pages to share it because I had access to them from the live streaming stuff I was doing, and I helped edit on their pages and post things just so that I had access to
promo.
And pretty much. And what I would do to make videos go viral is I would just share it on every page the second I posted.
Right.
So it was like my posts had steroided boosts in the algorithms, and that's how they were able to go super viral at the beginning. And then I just took that same, when I joined Instagram, I went to all the biggest Instagram pages and was like, I'll help you grow your Facebook audience if you help me grow my Instagram. And that's how that worked. And then TikTok was a whole nother animal. It's crazy. It took 3 years, 3.5, 4 years to get to 1 million on Instagram. It took 3 months to get to 3 million on TikTok.
TikTok
you
is
never
insane,
know.
bro.
Yeah, TikTok is the wave.
Holy shit, bro. Oh my god. Like I'd be posting reels on IG and it'd get like 200, 250 likes, which is pretty good since I've transitioned to posting more content on there. But I'd post the same shit on TikTok and it'd get like 5 times the amount of likes. Now, the value of each like and the followers, that's a discussion for a different day. But in terms of discoverability, TikTok's discoverability has to be the
Their
best.
algorithms, bro. There's something else.
It's absolutely insane.
It's the thing is,
look like Reggie
what all these platforms do is, and this is the way that social media at large works, when platforms launch new features, they boost it. They make you feel good. They make your post do good when you jump on the platform so that you get addicted and you keep using it. Then once you're so hooked in and you've so much committed to the platform, they cut it off and give it all to the people who are willing to pay for it. And that's how Facebook did. That's what Instagram is doing. Although with Reels, the reason that Reels do well for people right now is because it's a new feature. So they're willing to give that organic reach back until everybody's super into it. Everybody's adapted it to their content strategy, and then they take away that organic reach. That's how these platforms monetize. But that's why TikTok has been so good for so long.
Right. So my question is, obviously when you started growing Hoops Nation, this was a different time. Like everything on any social media back in 2017. Or you started at what, 2017, 2016, around there?
Little earlier than that, like
2014. Yeah, so everything on social media, like the social media space was so much different back then. So do you have like kind of any insight on how different it is right now? Like, is there any like when you're starting from the ground up, is there any big differences between when you started out and like people trying to do it right now in 2021?
So it's funny. Back then, when I remember when I joined Instagram and I went to all those big pages, like I was saying, and they all told me it was too saturated. I couldn't do it. So my answer now when somebody asks me is that it's not saturated at all. And that's the truth. It's a little bit more saturated than it was then, but if you're able to differentiate yourself, there's no better time to have a big following now. Because you can make a lot more money through it and people understand and you can learn from, people's mistakes in the past. I always say the average influencer's career is shorter than the average NFL career when you really think about it. And people say that NFL careers are short. So you can learn from a lot of those people's mistakes, looking back. And holistically speaking, you got to understand where your content is a best fit for, right? Like if you're good at talking about business, if you're good at talking about social media, you should probably be posting on LinkedIn, where the organic reach is actually really high because they're in a growth phase of the platform. LinkedIn and TikTok are the two platforms that push organic reach the most out of any. But
LinkedIn got stories now, bro. I saw that.
Yeah, we got to get LinkedIn, boys.
Let's keep it a buck. LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Low key, I might need to start. You know what I'm saying?
Underrated. Underrated. Also, that's where everybody who's running the ad campaigns that you're going to be getting, that's where they're spending time anyway. So it doesn't hurt to be present there. But beyond that, you gotta understand where your content's the best fit for, and then just go super ham on that. But also, I think the best tip that I would give to anybody who's in social today is to collect, to build a newsletter or to build an SMS text, because we're all playing on rented land if we're on social media. One of these platforms, like we saw how they banned the president from Twitter, any platform can do that to anybody at any time with no explanation.
There's also the TikTok scare with the ban.
Yeah, all that stuff. So making sure that you have your people off of social, I think, is the biggest tip that I can give for anybody who's even a little bit established.
Right.
That is an immediate thing that I would do. But beyond that, diversifying yourself, spreading across different platforms, but focusing your time and effort on where you're best and taking it from there.
Right. I've been hearing the email list a lot recently because everyone's saying when all these platforms die, like everyone's still gonna have an email to sign up to whatever thing is new. So if you can like pretty much get into everyone's email box whenever you upload, keep them updated.
Give us your emails, please.
Yeah, email. Here's what I'll say. Honestly, text. The only two algorithms that don't change are text and email.
Yeah.
Instagram can kill your reach. YouTube can kill your reach. Whereas email, if you get an email, it's at the top of your inbox unless you put it in spam. And if you get a text, and I can speak to this for my text list, it's a 99.9% open rate. You don't see that with any other platform.
True.
Right.
Hey, for the people in the chat, bro, it's trying to grow on their own shit, bro. We're putting you on some game right now.
Put your phone numbers in
You
there.
put me on game.
Y'all over here trying to put trying to put y'all on game, and y'all over here talking about me on Pornhub and anime and
the
stuff.
same thing. Yo,
Dom
They was
dominated
like,
a
I don't
different
know if y'all
algorithm,
realize
man.
this. Bro,
Dom's reach got
y'all
cut
don't
off.
understand.
On all the platforms.
The Pornhub audience retention. Yo, the craziest thing on Pornhub, bro, is when you're on it, when you play a video, they show the audience retention of that shit, bro. I'm like, I really don't need this info, but thank you.
Too much.
Oh, this is the peak time. All right, let me skip
You
to
can
that
see
one.
what the best parts are.
Give you more insights than the other platforms do. God damn.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
YouTube doesn't even do. YouTube should do that. Do they?
No, they don't. I mean, for
They
your own
Not even
videos.
for the creators.
For your own
that's what I'm
videos.
saying.
For your own videos. Dom, what were you about to say?
I was saying the chat was having a whole conversation about anime while y'all was talking. I don't know if y'all peeped.
Oh yeah,
What's
I peeped that, bro.
They was talking about Yu-Gi-Oh, Pokemon.
Code Geass. I see y'all
Bakugan.
chat, bro.
What the-
Oh, we're talking Pokemon.
Don't
Here,
chat. Don't
baby.
think y'all slick. Oh, he got the card.
Hey yo, I'm about to get into your
Sunset,
trading
come
card
out.
shit later, bro. Cause I've been seeing you posting a lot about trading cards, recently. But I got a couple more other questions. Before
Sure.
I ask them, do you got any questions of yourself? I know you've been researching for these guests lately. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So I saw that this summer you hosted the Crew League with Jack Harlow,
That was my next question.
Sway Lee, a whole bunch of people. So for people who don't know, tell us what that is and what that whole experience was like.
It's the exact
Yeah.
same question I had, bro.
So the Crew League is a rapper hip hop league. It's 10 teams and their entourages, all playing against each other live. This past one we did it on TikTok, live for $100,000. Half goes to charity, half goes to the winning team. And season 2 is coming soon. But this past season 1, we did the live stream. I broadcasted it with Drewski and 24K Golden.
Shout out Dom.
Drewski.
That dude, he's got to be the funniest man alive.
Shout out to Dom.
He could not. I was laughing every time he opened his mouth. He was trash talking some of the players. So like Russ,
Right.
for example, he kept calling Russ Lord Farquaad to his face. And Russ would come over to the broadcast booth and like yell at us. Like he was really upset.
Shut up, I'm independent.
Oh my.
No, so that whole experience was a blast. But they filmed the whole thing for it to eventually be a 10-part series. But we did live stream the actual games as well. So that was fun.
So
Now I have
who's-
an extended question
Go
to
ahead.
piggyback onto that, which is more like behind the scenes, which no one else here is going to ask you. But I'm for the people, so I need to know. Please, from
Head
a
ass.
first-hand experience, break down the fight that happened between Russ's crew and Jack Harlow's crew.
Oh, that was
Yeah, I
actually
wanna
a
hear
thing?
about
That was actually a thing?
Yeah,
That was a
there were some shoves. I wouldn't
Shove,
say
yeah,
that it was
it was
a fight.
basketball fight. Basketball fight.
So what I'll say is it lasted for like 5 seconds. Nobody actually got hurt. Somebody fell on the ground because the court was a little bit above where the normal ground level is. And the second, I was honestly a part of it from the sense of the second they went down, I was like, oh, like everybody was getting hype about nothing just for the hell of it. Like we all wanted to see something, obviously. So we were hyping it up. Drewski was just going bananas, like right.
Shout out Drewski, bro.
He wanted to go crazy. But nothing actually happened. No punches were thrown. Nobody got hurt. But it was funny.
Boo.
So who was there? So you just said Russ. You just said Drewski. I know Jack Harlow was there. G Herbo was there.
Yeah. Who else had teams? DDG had a team.
Shout out John from Peer to Peer.
Who else had teams? Low Key had a team.
He said 24 karat golden.
He was broadcasting. He didn't have a
Hey, shout out to 24K Golden, man. That's my guy.
He's a good dude. Yeah, I can't remember some of the others, but I know it's gonna keep getting crazier.
So is that like a TikTok exclusive type thing, or are you guys trying to? Is there a plan to go on like Fox or something to?
You would have to ask those guys. I'm just there when they call upon me, but
Right.
But this first season it was done on TikTok.
Right. So was it filmed in 2020 or did you guys film it way earlier?
No, it was all live. We did it
Oh,
in
yeah,
November.
yeah.
Everybody got COVID.
Yeah, I was about to
everybody
ask
got
like
tested.
how strict was like for an event
Oh
like
my
that
God.
with so many people
Literally.
involved.
The amount of people that hit me up to get in, and I literally couldn't do anything, was more times than I've probably gotten hit up for most other things. But yeah, everybody got immediately tested beforehand, and then there as well.
Right. Bro, you know what's crazy? I just remember this randomly. I forgot. I think you were in Boston or something. It was a Travis Scott concert, and you straight up hit me up, and you were like, "Bro, I got an extra ticket. You want to come?" I'm like, "Yo, I do, but I don't got a car, bro. I didn't have my license back then." I'm like, "Fuck, bro."
Oh.
I swear I remember you texting me that. I swear I'm pretty sure it was you. We can check the
Probably
messages.
true.
Yeah, we
So
can check
what's
the
crazy-
messages later.
was it Boston Calling?
Yes.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was at Boston, bro. You should have come because I ended up being on stage.
Oh
No.
my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I was in.
Oh my god.
Wait, who were you on stage with?
L Souls. L Souls.
Oh, chat, bro. Throw the L's
Bro,
in
you
the
should
chat,
have
bro.
Ubered. You should have Ubered the
I should
whole
have
way.
Ubered, bro. I was like, yo, I really don't have a car. I can't do that.
You should have taken the T.
Oh shit,
Yo.
man. Yeah, that was in my young days.
Next time. Once things are back to normal, we'll have to do something.
Learn from your mistakes.
Yes, sir. I told you as well. Like, if I ever come to New York, I'll hit you up because you asked me that
I'm
about.
in New York.
But I just I haven't been in New York recently.
Wait, New York City? You're in New York City?
Just New York.
In the normal world, I'm in New York, but the last 6 months I've been spending a month in a different city each month. I did a month in LA, a month in Austin, Texas, a month in New Orleans, a month in
So
Miami. a month in
With
Connecticut.
COVID, you're traveling more?
But I'm not seeing anybody. I'm just there.
I'm playing.
Yeah.
Damn.
But I get tested all the time too. I'm
Hey, he's clear to
All
go,
right,
man. He's clear to go. He's clear to
Don't
go.
cough.
Just don't cough on me. All right, let me just fix the overlay real quick. So like you showed off earlier, you know what I'm saying? Your Pikachu cards. Yes, sir.
oh, better
the
get real.
The past year, bro. The past year, I've been seeing you. I don't know if it was just the last year, but I've just been seeing you post a lot about trading cards. And I didn't know you got into the Pokemon cards. I thought it was just sports cards. I've also seen like I've been watching Gary Vee a lot lately, and he's been talking about how like that's a booming business. And just like when anyone like asks him like what they should do or whatever, he's like, do sports cars, bro, and then resell them. I saw Logan Paul did do a Pokemon card unboxing a couple months ago, and he raised like $1 million in fundraising, and that was like a really massive thing on YouTube. So like, I just want to ask you, how long have you been doing that? Because I've kind of found that out about you just recently.
Yeah, so I was super into it when I was very young in 2013. So I was 13 going to like shows. And the funny thing was, it was not cool whatsoever then. So I was like ashamed to even tell anybody I was doing it. It was like a dirty secret or something that I was into sports cards, like that I was lame or whatever for it. But I was buying Giannis rookie cards for $1. Those PSA 10 are now like 5,000 each.
How many do you have? Or when you bought them, how many did you buy?
I bought a couple. I sold most of them a little bit too early, but I did all right. I can't complain. But then I left the hobby for a few years, got back into it 2 years ago in 2019, and have been even more obsessed than ever since. Even launched a subsidiary media company for it called Cards Nation.
Oh my God.
And then I have a show called Talking Shop, which I've done 40 episodes interviewing, high-end, level collectors and investors. And partners on a new separate sports cards outlet, launching a sports card charity soon. So I'm all the way in. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I'm kind of like I've watched a couple videos on how it works, but can you just give a rundown for the people who don't know like how the whole business kind of works? Because I know there's the PSA 10, that type of I don't even know the term for it, but that right. Type of stuff and the market and all that.
Yeah, so I think the most simple way to explain it I'll preface this with there are lots of things that impact a market as a whole, bigger than just sports cards. So literally, how the stock market is doing, how the economy is doing, is there a global pandemic that just started? All of those things affect a card market like they would any other collectible market or like they would any other item, whatever. So everything I'm about to say, keep that in mind, that if like when the pandemic first started, everything went down in value, and when the NBA stopped, everything went down in value. So it's not as simple as the way that I'm about to explain it. But when things are normal, it does tend to work this way. So let's use Trae Young as an example. This is a Trae Young Prism PSA 10 rookie card. Right. The best way that I can explain the best way that I can explain it is when a player gets drafted. So when Trae Young got drafted, that's the equivalent for anybody who's into stocks as an IPO, an initial price offering. The market, the fans, determine how good they think Trae Young is going to be. So his value when he was drafted was $50 to $75. The card market was also a lot lower at the time. So you could have bought Trae Young and Luka Doncic at $50 to $75 for a PSA 10 graded rookie card. Since then, a Trae now is about $900, and a Luka Doncic is about $2,000. So if you bought back in, you would have multiplied your investment by about 15 to 20x, depending on the card in about a year. But the way that cards go up and down in value is generally based on their play. So Trae Young plays well, and people are investing in the hype in the future of Trae Young. They think he's going to be a champion one day. They think he's going to be an MVP. They're going to all go out and buy his card. And everything in the world is all supply and demand. So I think there are about a little under 10,000 Trae Young PSA 10s in the world. Right. But there are a lot more than 10,000 people that want the card and that are willing to pay that. So the price is going to go up. And if Trae Young gets injured, everybody's going to try to sell. The demand won't match the supply. The card will go down in value. So that's the most simple, basic way.
That's a nice hustle. I like that.
I can explain it. But then you can get into real niche stuff, which is some of the stuff that I like. So I'll show two quick things here. This card is one of my personal favorites. You've never heard of this guy. His name is Ernie Calvary. The reason why I like this card, though, it's from 1948 Bowman, which is the first ever basketball card set. Right. And this is actually card number 1. This is card number 1 in that set.
The first card ever.
So this is the first basketball card.
What the fuck?
That's the OG.
Chad, that's actually really sick. I'm not gonna lie, bro. That's sick. That's sick.
So things like that have a low population. Not as much demand. But if the demand ever increased, because people realize how cool it is, then that card goes up in value. Here's another one. This is a Derek Jeter signed rookie PSA 10.
Look at Justin, the baseball head. It's been Justin Deacon right now. I've seen that Charles. I've seen that. Okay, so that's my question. My next question. I get that the sports, right? Like players can perform better and their stock rises, therefore their card stock rises. I get that. But in terms of Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, how does the market change in that aspect?
So Pokemon as a whole is the most successful franchise in the world. They've made over $90 billion in the last 20 years. The second most successful franchise ever is Star Wars.
People
And
sleeping on
they've
Pokemon, bro. I swear to God.
And they've only made 40 billion in 40 years compared to Pokemon's 90 in the last 20. This year is their 25th anniversary. The reason that I say that, Pokemon cards launched in the United States in 1999. So you look at the people who were, young then, who were kids then, between 5 and 10, they're now in their 30s or 40s entering their financial prime, and they're going back to that nostalgia that they had as a kid, and also taking account of how cards as a whole have become a really good alternative investment, which in today's day and age, with how volatile the stock market is and how volatile things like cryptocurrency is, and are people like some of these alternative investments. Not to mention the overall demand going up because, of the 25th anniversary and people going back for some of the blue chip type cards. So that's in a nutshell sort of how Pokemon has gotten so big. And then also on top of that, you've the Logan Pauls pushing it to their 20 million followers, et cetera,
that was
et cetera.
insane, bro. That stream was insane.
Yeah, Logic bought a first edition PSA 10 Charizard for about 150 grand.
150 grand for a card.
What's PSA again?
Jeez.
So PSA is the grade. So every card is graded on a 1 to 10 scale. So this is a first edition Pikachu, and there's a 10 right there. This is a PSA 9 Pikachu, but this one's actually interesting. So there are only 27 of this one in the world at the grade that it's at. The reason why this one is special is because there's an E3 stamp. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the E3 convention. It's like a big video convention. So this was handed out to people in 1999 at the very first E3 where Pokemon was available.
What?
That shit is sick, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yo, trading cards, bro. They're much cooler than like what people make them out to be. Because there's this connotation with trading cards that you got to be a nerd to be with them. But specifically the last year, I've been kind of put on to this game of like, yo, you can actually like make a whole ass business. Like it's not much different than a shoe reseller reselling Jordans. Like at the end of the day, these are items with values.
What's better about it is cards. This is a random one. This is a signed business card of Phil Knight, the guy who founded Nike. The thing about cards, the thing about, here's a cool one too. This is a Zion rookie numbered to 149. The thing that's cool about cards in contrast to shoes is the second you put on a pair of sneakers that was a grail, it's like a car. When you drive it off the lot, it loses 30% of its value. Cards were made to be collected and kept in good condition and just looked at. So there's nothing that you're losing out on by not using a card, because a card can't even be used. As opposed
I don't
to
even think there's a trading card game, right? Like for sports. Or at least for those.
I mean, Yu-Gi-Oh! Technically, you can use Yu-Gi-Oh! Cards to like duel.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! Pokemon, but for sports cards, there isn't though, right?
And that's why so few of them are in good PSA 10 condition from back in the day. Sports cards are a lot easier to get PSA 10s. They have higher populations and usually more were printed. But the thing about cards versus sneakers, modern sports cards, is that a sneaker, you have to literally not use what it was made for, and it also takes up a lot more real estate, right? I can have 100 cards in the same square footage that I could have one pair of sneakers. So it's a lot easier to move and move with cards.
Right. Hey, shout out to the card business, man.
I'm gonna have to go through all my cards now, see if I'm rich.
I got a kid from my fourth grade class that gave me a signed Jeff Green card. That's about it. I don't even know where it is, bro.
How much was that Charizard card you had?
This one's only like 1,000, I believe. This is a PSA 6, and it's also not a first edition.
I swear I have one of those. Probably grade 1.
You don't, nigga. You don't. No, you don't.
Swear.
He's like,
I
man,
promise you don't.
Justin, like, man, I know I've seen a couple of them cards in my shoebox.
I'll go to Walmart.
So what's the difference?
Have the same card.
What are the minute differences between like a PSA 6 and a PSA 10? Because I know PSA 10 is the highest one. So what's the difference between that and the 6?
You can barely even tell. It looks perfect. But the difference, so if this had a stamp, if this was a 10 and it had a little stamp here, I can show you. If it had one of these first edition 1 stamps and it was a 10, this would be a $400,000 card. But it doesn't, so it's not. But
mine has this thing.
Wait. You You said 400,000.
400,
Yeah, that's-
400K.
Not 4,000.
Yeah, that's what a first edition.
Nearly
physical card
$500,000.
Have to stay.
Are there classes I can take for trading cards and shit? Do they do that? Like, where you like
What's
take
up?
classes to know how to trade? Are there like where you can like take classes to
Look
know
at
how
this
to
dude,
trade?
Wordu, bro. You
Yeah,
might be the
oh,
biggest
YouTube.
Pokemon fan in the building, bro.
It's called YouTube, bro. Just YouTube it.
Yeah, so I
damn.
actually have a show. It's called Talking Shop, where we have like strictly educational episodes where we talk about how to get into the market, how to invest. It's
This
called
guy.
Quick plug.
This guy.
Look at this dude, man.
Look at
This
this.
guy, bro.
Okay.
So Nintendo, who owns Pikachu, they also own Mario, the brand.
Yeah.
So they combined to make a Mario Luigi, or rather a Pikachu Luigi Pokemon card. I actually have the Mario somewhere up there. Oh, here it is as well. And then I'll show off one more cool one.
These are worth like $1 million each.
That's
He just
like-
got 50
Here's the
racks in the
market.
background right now, Chad.
Yeah,
That's what
This
it
can
got.
put a
what I'm saying.
Lamborghini behind him.
It's not dollar bills, but it's actually 50 racks.
This is a Kobe
Badass.
Bryant rookie
Rest
from
in peace, Kobe.
1996.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Oh man.
9. The GOAT. But yeah, cards are fun, man. But definitely the thing that I would say is for anybody listening would be to do your due diligence. Don't buy anything without doing real research, looking at sold listings, looking at, the long-term scope of the market, and, like all investing, only putting in what you're willing to lose, and only buying things that you really love. That's what I would say.
So has it just become more mainstream the past couple of years, or has it really been a business for the longest? Because my question with reselling and trading cards like the way you do is just the long term viability of it. Do you think there what would have to happen for it to just not be valued whatsoever? If you even know what would have to happen.
Like any market, it can crash. There's no doubt about that. I don't think that it will personally. And I'm obviously biased because I'm invested in it, but the blue chip type cards have held their value pretty well over the last 40 years. So things will always go up and down. During the off season, pretty much every card. Like I can even use the Trae Young as an example. The Trae Young during the offseason, it went down from about $650 to $400, and then the season came back around and it went up to $900, right? But so everything does fluctuate. But generally, the big time players, legends, they hold their value pretty strong long term.
Right. Wordy, do you have any more questions? That was kind of the biggest questions I had. I know you had a little list.
So I'm checking your LinkedIn and it says you were an advisor at TrueFan. Are you still an advisor at TrueFan?
Yes, my very good friend Manu started the company, and they do social analytics and identifying top fans for social media accounts, and yeah, they're crushing it. They just acquired 2 new companies. They're the best.
Is that what TrueFan is, or
That's cool.
is that
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Okay. Interesting, very interesting, man.
I have a question.
And it also says your net worth is 1.4 billion. Is that true?
You just putting people bags out there, man. Damn, pocket
Get out of
watching.
his
I've seen
pockets,
multiple
bro.
sites that said it. I gotta
Jesus.
confirm.
Look at
it,
this dude, bro. Pocket watching,
In
bro.
pockets.
It definitely doesn't say that on my LinkedIn. I don't know where you got that.
That man
And he's
busted.
capping. He's
A
pocket
third
watching
party.
and capping, bro. Oh my god, look at this.
That's
dude.
crazy. You seen Buster face when he said 1.4? He was like,
Billion.
where is it at? Probably above me. It's probably sitting up there. It's probably in them cards up there, but not in the bank account.
Yo, you're on Kanye West page, bro.
I'm about to say-
1.4 billion?
This dude, bro. Shout out Kanye, man. Dom, what was your question, bro? What was your question?
So my question was, so Buster, man, listen, man, look, Let's talk.
How can we get
business.
started?
Let's talk business, man.
It
Look,
sounded like he
I
was
seen
in
you-
on this one. What
I
the
s-
fuck?
Listen,
He said, "Let's
I
talk
see-
business, man."
you know, with your league, bro, I see great potential with the league. The league is amazing. If you need some more commentators, some more broadcasters, I'm just saying, let's keep it a buck is available.
It's not even a
broadcasters,
question. He's just asking to be on.
Broadcasters, referees, ball boys. I sweep the
Please
floor.
hire.
I'll preface that it's not my league. I don't own the league.
That's what I'm saying. He's
but,
just a broadcaster.
they-
Bro,
That's what
you're
he
a
said.
billionaire. You own the league. Stop.
You got pull. You got pull. You got pull. I'm just saying, if I put my application in, can you give it the stamp of approval? That's all I'm trying to. That's all I'm asking for. I just need to
Can
bust
he
the
use you
stamp.
as a reference, head ass?
Yo, can we link on LinkedIn?
Can we link on LinkedIn?
Hey, can
we
you
link
follow
on
us on
LinkedIn?
Clubhouse, bro? Hey, shout out to Clubhouse. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out Clubhouse. Hey,
Word to ruin my
Shout out
invite.
to locker room. Shout out Howard.
man.
What do you
Bezos,
mean?
I did.
Bezos, I'll give you one of mine, bro. You got it.
Wait, what,
Just let
Yeah,
me
I
know
got
who you want me
extra.
to invite.
what's Clubhouse?
Imagine
Like a
if Discord.
social app.
Yeah, imagine if Discord had no text channels and they had a
That's-
For You page, and it's just voice channels.
It's just you listen to voices, bro.
It's
It's
kind of
Discord
like
with
That's a good.
celebrities.
yeah.
So it's like TikTok without the video?
You just join voice channels like the one we're in right now.
Oh.
And it'd be like
So
I
it's
swear
like
to
a
God, you can
chat.
just hop in a chat. I was in a chat earlier. Meek Mill was in it. Fucking Joe Budden was in it. I'm pretty sure I just got a notification
They're
right now. 21 Savage was in it. There was a YouTube
Yeah.
group I was in. There
Do
was
you
like
make your own channels?
there was like 12 channels
Yeah,
with
you can go on
500K plus subscribers on their socials. It's actually crazy, and you actually learn a lot. At least depending on what room you're in.
Is it limited to who can talk?
Yo.
Because if like Meek Mill's on there, you can't have like 6 million people in there.
They
Trying to be
they
awesome.
choose they kind of choose which like who can talk and who doesn't. There's like there's like moderators in the chat that can bring in who can actually talk and who can just listen. It's invite only right now though.
So it's like Instagram Live.
Yeah, practically. You want to hear
Pretty
something
much.
funny that a lot of you guys
Just
do,
a
though?
word.
I know Gucci Mane does this on Clubhouse. So when you join a room, you get made a moderator, and all moderators have equal power in the sense of they can remove or add anybody they want. So what a lot of people will do, Gucci Mane being one of them, is he'll join a random room, like he'll join a room on, making getting more women involved in business, and then he'll get added as a moderator just because he's a celebrity, and then he'll kick everybody else out of the room and take it over and make it about whatever the hell he wants to make it about.
This man Gucci Mane, bro. I swear to God.
Big goo up out here,
Big
deep blowing
goo.
the clubhouse. Big goo
Yeah,
up.
no business being in there.
It's crazy though. I don't know if they're ever gonna be
Even the creator of the room?
because right now it's only invite only. I don't know if they'll ever actually make it public to everyone. But right now, bro, I mean, is I think it has potential.
Oh,
I think it has
That's
genuine
why I
potential
never
right
heard of
now.
it. I was never invited.
I mean, I think Dom has 2 invites right now, just for the fact that
Yeah, I got
If you
one.
want an invite,
I'm about to say
as well.
I'll send you one after we get off. I got one.
I was just joking.
yeah.
I don't waste your
But
invites on me. I probably
I got
won't.
another question. I got another question, and this isn't my question. Sus Chat, where you at? Give me a question, Sus Chat. Sus Chat wants a question. I've been seeing
Bro,
They want
Kanye
love,
Irving
bro.
is trending right now.
Kanye Irving.
Kanye Irving, bro.
Wow. Sus Chat, hit us with a question. Come on, we need one.
All right, but
That's
while
hilarious.
we wait for Sus Chat
Sus
to give a
Chat.
question, Dom, let's not make it too wild. I'm just
I'm not.
all right. So Buster, you said you obviously where you came up from was Hoops Nation. That was your Instagram page. But obviously since then you've kind of grown your own brand. Like people like you have 200K followers on your personal IG for a reason. My question and this is like I'm pretty much like I'm asking advice from you because my channel the way it is right now is kind of the same thing. Like people follow me for the information I give and the stuff I post, but at least until recently, like people, like I've kind of grown my own personality and people watch my videos from me, but like I'm trying to move into that direction of just separating, like having the fans connect to me as a person rather than the information I give out there. So how did you at least transition from Hoops Nation to becoming Buster, and all of that.
Right. So I would definitely say the most important thing is not to be, tied to the brand, from the sense of like when I first started doing personal brand stuff, if my only goal was for stuff to perform well, I would have just only posted basketball content. I would have just talked about the NBA personally. I would have, posted me playing basketball. I would have done all these different things in basketball. And I don't do none of that because that's still a big part of me and it's still one of my passions. But I wasn't afraid, and I'm not afraid now, for stuff to perform really bad if I care about it. Like I'll post things about business, interesting investment opportunities, sports cards, all these different things that my audience initially wouldn't necessarily have been passionate about. But because I wasn't afraid for it to do poorly, I was able to cultivate, people from other audiences as well. So putting out content that's shareable in other niches except for your own is a great way to get started, in my opinion. So just not being afraid for stuff to do poorly.
Right. Okay. Yeah. That's kind of because this week I posted more like ranty videos on my YouTube channel, and obviously like one of them didn't do as well as a regular video I would have put up, but I feel like I'm definitely gonna stick to it because long term, I mean my whole thing is like if I want to do this for a living, like I can't just be so reliant on like what the hell is going on in the NBA. So that's my own thing.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that for all sports and culture. Just problem.
Yeah. Yo, where do Don? What the fuck is going on?
What? I didn't do nothing.
Y'all are just laughing in the background. Bro.
I'm just here, bro.
Do y'all got a question? I mean,
Bro, they're like children.
Don didn't do anything, bro. This is high school all over again.
Read the questions in such chat.
I'm just asking. Dom, I saw I'm holding in a laugh face, Buster. Bro. What's the question? No. I know you're looking for a question. What's the question?
Just read any of them.
Bro,
you want to ask me, Dom? You want to ask me?
I'm not asking that question because Bezos will get mad at me, so we're not going to ask that question.
I'll ask you, bro.
No, do not ask that question.
So...
You choose not to answer, okay? I don't know what the question is, but
I'm not asking it because we said we'll be tame.
Buster, so who are your top 5 porn stars?
That wasn't even a question, but good save.
Was that a question in the chat? I'm gonna plead the podcast fifth on that one.
Yeah, it was in the chat. Yeah.
You can't give out the list.
You want to?
That wasn't even the worst one. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah, they get worse.
What happened? Yeah, they
all right. What about this? Let's make this a rule in the future. If y'all want to ask a guest a question and they don't want to respond, the person whoever asked that question has to answer that question themselves.
Oh, for sure.
We can do that.
Even with the no you.
Shit.
Oh, bet. Such chat, we out here.
Let me pull up my list.
Why you get your list?
Such chat's gonna spam us with porn stars.
Buster, I'm gonna ask you a question, my God. Look, you don't have to answer it. Just
oh my God, Dom just wants to answer the question. look at this dude breaking the system. Get your James Harden ass out of here, bro.
Use
drawing
the
fouls
rules to our favor. You know what? Nah, we ain't gonna do that, Buster. I respect you too much, bro. I'm not even gonna put you in that situation. My God,
Buster's
that's
like,
not even worth
shit.
it. He's like, what the fuck is he about to ask? Nah, man. I ain't gonna do that to you. Such chat, listen. Such chat. Next time we get like I got you. We can't ask some of the questions. Yo, Pizza. I was really gonna ask your question, Pizza. I'm just saying, bro. I was really gonna ask it, bro. I really was because I wanted to know their stories too, but I'm not gonna do
questions?
it.
No.
Oh no. Keep it. To be honest, Such Chat has no real questions. It's all troll questions.
Like this whole time, they've just been talking about anime.
Anime dicks.
Are there any PC like PG non-13
favorite Pokemon?
Oh, I'm gonna tell you now. We call them Such Chat for a reason. Everything goes PG-13 above rated R and NC-17, buddy.
All right. Well, Jake asked, "Who's your favorite Pokemon?"
Wait. I'm out here talking about how if every single first edition Pokemon card, if you put any amount of money into it last March, would have made returns of over 600%, which is higher than pretty much any stock, better performing than Tesla, Apple since then. And all we can get in the chat is sus questions about porn stars.
That's what they do, bro.
That's what such chat does.
Look, man, the
This is why you're worth $1 billion.
YouTube comment section might be better, but these dudes
Oh,
over
yeah.
here, bro.
Listen,
Clowns. They're all
YouTube,
clowns.
you gotta check the YouTube comment section. YouTube comment section is gonna be full of people trying to take the advice. Such chat wants one thing and one thing only, and that is to be entertained. That is, they just want to be fed.
Are you not entertained?
Such chat wants to be
About
fed
to be
sometimes.
entertained once they
man.
get these
Yo,
fucking 100K
They
racks.
got some
in their
real
bag, bro.
questions. They got some real questions.
Listen, all I'm saying is, as long as we got people like cock and balls and such chat, bro, we're not gonna get any serious.
This dude is
goddamn
literally
questions.
doing subs. I swear to God, he's
gifting so many
just
subs.
so I can say his name. I swear to God. There's actually a couple real ones. Apollo asks, "What is your most expensive card?" If you can share that.
Most expensive card. I don't think I have it with me. I don't travel with the nicest stuff, but I have like first edition, tons of first edition Pokemon packs at a storage facility. Those are
in the vault.
yeah. I mean, you can't keep stuff at your home for the most part.
Yeah, those are the big money getters right there.
Yeah.
Damn, so these are just your leisure cards behind you?
Those are just the fun. Those the flex cards. Those are flex cards. That man said, "Oh yeah, you know, I got the Mario Luigi." Matter of fact, I think I got another one up here. Matter of fact, while I'm up here, let me just get that one right there.
Rookie Michael Jordan.
A Mike rookie PSA 10. You could have bought it a year ago for 40,000, but today it's over 220.
Bro, what the fuck?
I could not have bought anything for 40,000. Let me tell you that.
Yeah, I don't even have that much to buy with. I mean, it's cool that it raised that much. I can't buy it right now.
The way he's just subtly flexed all over the podcast is just amazing. Like,
No, it's not subtle.
subtle flex, but okay, bro. Subtle flex, but okay.
Hey, we
He
respect
didn't
it,
say he
bro.
had one. He didn't say he had one.
I don't have one, but I opened it off with saying I bought Giannis rookie for $1. There are those same opportunities out there now.
I'm gonna get a Halliburton card.
That's what I'm saying.
another. I
You know,
think
you
like
just-
his stock rise, right? So if you
I'm
bought
gonna get
one
an
when he got
Okoro card.
drafted, like you could have made a profit.
buy cards for $5, you flip them for 15, you buy another one for 10, one for 5, you sell it for 20, 25, and all of a sudden you're wheeling and dealing in $1,000 cards if you play.
Yeah.
My question is this though: Where do you go to sell the cards like efficiently? Like, if say like, all right, say like you just woke up one day, you was like, you know what? I'm so sick of this Pikachu, Mario, and Luigi. Let's get them out of here. Where are you going to get
You
them
get
up
sick
out
of
of here?
them?
eBay is a good place, but Facebook's good too. Facebook Marketplace and/or there are lots of like Facebook groups. If you want to just like learn about the card market, I would recommend joining Facebook groups on the subjects and just see what people are posting, buying. Facebook's good because you avoid eBay fees. eBay is good because it's easy.
Okay.
Fair. Do you buy packs or only single? Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Packs are a gamble. Packs are a gamble.
Yeah.
The only time buying packs is a good investment is if you're not opening them. Like if you buy a box and you just keep it sealed, that's a pretty safe investment if you're buying the right products. But buying and opening is literally like, you know, playing, I don't know, any game at a casino. The house wins more often than not, and that's how they make money.
When you buy them for $1, where do you get just one card for $1?
eBay, same thing.
They're still $1?
Yeah, or you can go to a card show. You know, people have dollar bins of stuff, or I mean, you can get really good cards for $20. You can buy if you really believe in a guy, buy his silver Prism rookie card, cheap, raw, get it graded. If it comes back a 9 or a 10, that's an instant 5x for the right players.
I'm buying a Darius Garland card just so I can flex on Justin once he actually does good. Like, yo, fuck you, dog.
I have no faith. I have no faith in that man.
It's a real thing.
Yeah. No.
My problem is going to be affording the cheap cards, like the $5 ones.
No, real quick. I just want to give a shout out to fucking Facebook, bro. I swear to God, it wasn't too long ago. Maybe it was just my inner circle, but I swear to God, Facebook was just a bunch of like moms and grandparents. But like the way, like, first of all, Facebook gaming, how much they've invested on that platform, is and honestly, like I've been on it recently, is it's better than most people think. Like they actually have a discoverability page, and just how much people are investing on Facebook and growing on Facebook. I think it's kind of an underrated market. I'm not gonna lie. It's just not for me, but as a platform as a whole, I feel like it's definitely an underrated platform to grow on because no one's like, I want to be a Facebook star. Like I've never heard that before. Like
I want to be a Facebook star,
I want to
mommy.
be Facebook famous, but
Facebook Marketplace is wildly underrated, and also accessibility and virality on Facebook is still wildly underrated if you can tap into it right.
Yeah, because I be seeing like views on there with like 100 million views. I'm like, yo, how? Yeah, I saw a video on how like it's kind of inflated. Like they count like every single like just
a scroll by.
Yeah, scroll by as a view, but just in general though, like they have a really decent discoverability platform. So shout out to all the Facebook.
And Facebook's international too. A lot more people use it in different countries.
Yeah, and it's not
whereas like
really
like Twitter and stuff like that isn't as popular in other countries.
How's the monetization on Facebook though?
It's good. It's good, but you have to apply to it. It's not like as simple as YouTube AdSense.
Is it kind of like YouTube in the sense that they do pre-rolls, like you can do mid-rolls, or is it mostly like Instagram where you have to reach out to certain companies to get ads?
No, it's well both, but they do have the pre-roll, mid-roll, post availability for certain pages.
Interesting.
Business meeting.
That's pretty much, at least for my personal. If y'all have any more questions, I'm gonna try to give in. I'm gonna try to do the Q&A. There's actually already people in there right now. The people that
they're lurking.
They're lurking. So
Buster, I got a question. So like from
he said,
still don't worry. It's no porn stars. Trust me, no porn stars. As far as like all the athletes and the celebrities that you've met, like who are some of your favorite?
I think that pretty much everybody who I've ever met that was an active player has been just incredibly humble, incredibly nice. And it makes sense because it's why they got to the place that they are. It's often the cockiest and all that who don't end up making it big time. That's sort of just a trend that I've seen from talking to a lot of these guys. They don't think they're the shit too much, even if they are, and that's a great thing. But guys who I can vouch for the most, I really, really, really respect and like Aaron Judge, and as a New York Yankees fan growing up, getting to spend a little bit of time with him, I really respect him. And Aaron Rodgers, I got to spend some time with, and he's one of the most humble, nicest people ever. And yeah, a lot of everybody on the basketball front's amazing, but yeah, I can really just speak highly on everybody.
Okay.
Yes, okay.
I have a question.
No,
sorry.
Go ahead.
My question would be, and this is kind of a Wordu question. I'm just going to ask it on his behalf. Is there any celebrity or YouTuber or anybody influencer when you've met them in person, they kind of seem different than what they are on their platform or like a video or on TV?
You can plead the fifth on this one.
I
Y'all trying to get our guests canceled. I swear to God, bro.
What?
We were keeping it a buck. I thought I was the industry one, but I guess not.
I swear to God, y'all trying to get our guests canceled, bro. I swear to God.
Maui episode.
Listen, all I'm saying is him saying his top 5 porn stars and maybe a dickhead celebrity will not get him canceled. And if it does, who needs that type of goddamn fame if they get you canceled for being honest? Come on, let's be honest here, people.
Let me say this. When people meet me in person, everybody, for whatever reason, they think that I'm super short. But I'm not that short. I'm 5'10". But whenever I meet people in person, they're like, "You're a lot taller than I thought." And I was like, "All right." Like,
you must meet a lot of short people. That's crazy.
I don't know. But that's.
I'm sorry. I'm a 6'4" person.
Yeah, dog, you might be the shortest one here.
Yeah, I'm about to say
That's me.
outside of B souls. Outside of B
I'm an
souls, you're probably
exception.
the shortest one here.
I'm not even in a conversation.
I don't think there are too many times though where I've met somebody in person from online and they were like super different from what I expected. Generally speaking, I'll do a little bit of a deep dive to see. Like it would be really weird if somebody was different from what they are in like photo is one thing because everybody's like filtered and photoshopped in today's day and age, and people post 0.001 per second top 0.001% of their life. So obviously that's going to be a little bit different. But from a video standpoint, it's really hard to be different from what you are over the course of an hour interview. So generally for that reason, people are exactly what I expect. But from like a photo version, I mean, we're living in 2021, you know? You can make an avocado like pizza.
True.
So basically, this man Buster just said he was out here in these mean Hollywood streets and companies' Instagram baddies ain't too bad. That's basically what I just heard. That's all. Someone clip that. Rudy, clip it.
You're Rudy. Like my anger translator.
Love it.
The Keep It a Buck ambassador, man. You know.
Ambassador.
All right, man. We got 5 people in the Q&A. We'll try to get 3 in here that have not been in the Q&A before. We obviously got some regulars in here that always want to ask a question. I appreciate y'all. But I'm trying to get everyone involved. Pass the ball around. Let's try to get Waz in here. What's good, my guy?
Pass the ball around.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. What's good?
Yep.
I just had a question for Buster about the trading cards. You said that you got Zion's rookie card when he was drafted. Where did you get that?
Yeah, so all these guys, you can just search it up on eBay. In terms of products that I would look at, Prism is the most liquid, so it's the easiest one to resell if you ever wanted to. So when guys get drafted, I would look at their Prism NBA Prism rookie card. There's 2. There's college and then there's NBA. Go the NBA route always. But eBay is the place.
Okay, cool. Thank you, man.
Yeah, no problem.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Waz.
It just got $100,000 listening to Buster.
Why couldn't somebody have typed that into those chat? And so
They're in there. Let's get New Boy Jack in the building. What's good, New Boy Jack? Undeafen yourself, please, and thank you. Don't forget to thank you.
He was lacking.
Let's see. If he doesn't respond in 10 seconds, we can...
He's listening to the stream, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Oh.
All right, he's unmuted. What's good, my guy?
What's good? So my question is more NBA related, not guards, because I'm boring.
You said I'm boring? Go ahead.
It's not boring.
Yeah, I'm just not interested in cards. I'm not sick anymore. My question is about Greg Popovich. No offense.
This dude right here, bro.
No offense.
All right, go ahead.
I didn't hear, and I'm probably glad that I didn't.
So my question is about Greg Popovich and his future in the NBA. Last year in the bubble, there was some rumors about him leaving the Spurs and going to the Nets before they hired Steve Nash. And if he does leave, hypothetically in the future, would he improve a team like he did the Spurs? Not saying like championships, 5, maybe a playoff contender, or just a full-on rebuild, make them the next super team. What do you guys think?
I mean, I feel like Pop has been in the league so long that his legacy is already kind of set. Like, there's already an argument for him to be the greatest coach of all time. And I feel like I think it's time, for me personally, I think it's time for him to retire. But if he was to go on another team, I feel like he is capable of maximizing the talent on said team. It's just that right now with the personnel that the Spurs have, he's kind of forced to play a slightly outdated style of play because they're building around 2 mid-range gods in DeMar DeRozan and LaMarcus Aldridge. But I still think he's one of the top tier. He's obviously one of the best coaches in the league. I just don't think the personnel that he has right now is kind of taking advantage of his own personal skills as a coach. That's just me.
Well, great coaches always change their game and adapt to their players. I think Pop just can't. Mid-range dead-eye shooters.
What,
I
what,
mean,
what
I
I'm
would
saying is
say
he is
for
adapting
Pop,
to his players because he has DeMar DeRozan and
okay.
LaMarcus Aldridge, and what he's doing right now might be the
Yeah,
best
but-
way to utilize it.
Yeah, but it's not really a winning formula, is it?
It's not, no.
I mean, you can only be as good as your players are. To be fair.
Yeah.
But if let's say Greg goes to the Bucks, like hypothetically, like is that team just like champs in the beginning of the season, just right away champs? There's no point.
The thing that I would say about Popovich going to any other team is he has more control with the San Antonio Spurs than he ever would anywhere else. Not just because of how long he's been there, but he acts as I believe the team president as well, in addition to just the head coach. So I could never see him leaving that level of power to go somewhere else, especially given how long. It's like he's too far in and he has too much to even tarnish that legacy just a little bit. But if he were to go somewhere else, to your question of if he were to theoretically go to the Milwaukee Bucks, I mean, I wouldn't then just I don't think that he's a differentiating factor enough to put them above a team like the Nets.
Anyone
Well,
else?
he does bring more championship like experience to the Bucks. Yeah.
He would.
Redu, any thoughts? Pop on the Bucks. Pop on the Bucks.
I'm trying to think of
Or any other
yeah,
team,
Pop on
really.
the Bucks would be nice. I'm trying to think of another team that would suit. I don't know why, but I'm thinking like just because they have so many players and they can kind of spread the wealth with like so many offensive talent that they have. I was thinking Hawks actually. But yeah, the Bucks would be good too. I don't know. I think he should have retired a couple years ago actually. That man. He's already cemented. He's already a legend. So I don't think he has to prove anything else to anybody. You could literally name the Coach of the Year award after him, honestly. So
Yeah.
that's Uncle Pop, man.
All right, Justin, you got any thoughts on G Pop? Nope.
Nope.
Dom, you got any thoughts on G Pop? Nope. Okay. Thank you for your question, my guy. I'll get the last question in here.
Yo.
Oh shit. Okay. Well,
What did he say about cards? I missed it.
he just said he's not 6 anymore,
Yeah,
and he said that he said no offense.
No offense taken.
He don't want that money. He don't want to be a billionaire.
You're the one missing out, head ass. Try to get Django in here. Last guest, last Q&A, of the pod. We can wrap it up. What's good, my guy? What's good?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So my question is like, what is the best sports game you've seen either in person or on TV?
In person for me, when I was younger, I used to only go to like 2 or 3 Knicks games a year. I still don't go to that many more than that. But, I got very lucky that one Friday night, I believe it was January 24th, 2014, somebody happened to ask if I wanted to go to the Knicks Bobcats game on a Friday night. And Carmelo Anthony scored 62 that night. And it's the best game I've ever been to. It was so much fun.
Well, that was a classic. That was a classic, bro.
How do you remember that?
I was there on Paul Pierce's last game. You know what I'm saying? Came in there, hit that. He barely played, but he came in with like 10 seconds left, just hit a 3, and I've never seen the crowd go crazy over a total of 3 points in a game. And we won that game too, so it was like, okay, let's cheer. Let's cheer for Paul Pierce. That was probably the coolest moment. I mean, in terms of the highest stakes, pretty sure I think 2017 game 1 Eastern Conference Finals. That was like the highest stakes game I've been to. But the Celtics blew out the Cavs. So
Yeah, like
Playoff games are too expensive.
it doesn't
go
need to be one you're like personally there. It could have just been like live on TV, but
live on TV. I mean, 2016 game
Cavs.
7. Have to.
Cavs win the championship, baby.
because I've only been watching basketball since like 2018, so all of mine are like Super Bowls, like Super Bowl 49 and 52.
Right. I vividly remember watching 2010 Game 7. That was tough. That was like literally my first year watching the NBA. I was a Celtics fan. And this man, Ron Artest, just hit a 3. I was like, oh, man, come on, bro. Big Rondo. Come on, Ron. See Derek Fisher get blocked from behind the Rondo. Like, okay, Rondo. You know what I'm saying? I'm a big Rondo fan. Still am. But yeah, either 2010 or 2016 Game 7.
Yeah, the last basketball game I went to was like a Trailblazers game in like at least like 4 years ago, and then before that was like a Kings game, and that would have been like when Cousins was a rookie, or they didn't even have Cousins.
Oh my God! So you watched the Cousins Kings? Ew.
Marcus Thornton.
Oh my God. Nah, my game I would probably say well, the most recent game I went to was the Nets and Raptors, and this is back when D'Lo went crazy in the first quarter and dropped like fucking 20 whatever in the first quarter with all them threes, whatever. That was then, and then probably before that, it was a Bobcats fucking Hawks game with Mike Bibby and Mike Bibby. That's all I gotta say. And I would say before that, Bobcats versus Lakers, Kobe and like
Did you cut out?
I think his phone died, guys.
No.
5.
still
Nothing
alive.
said he's a rapist. My mom said I don't care. He can rape me anytime.
What? What?
Oh, yo.
Where did that go? Where did that?
I don't.
What the fuck? All
Did
right,
his mic just speed up for you guys?
Yeah, I don't know
What is
what
that?
the hell just happened. Where to go ahead, bro? What's your favorite
my
moment?
God, I forgot. My favorite
Hello.
moment. Okay, my favorite moment.
Did I cut out?
Bro, you literally cut out, and I just
You
heard
cut
like,
out after saying Kobe and came back something about your mom rapist.
I'm sorry. Kobe hit a game winner, and a lady was upset and called him a rapist. And my mom said, "Who cares? He can rape me anytime. He just won the game." That
okay,
was
all right.
that is what was said.
crazy. Okay, where to go ahead, bro? Go ahead, bro.
Wow.
Greatest game that I've ever seen. It was the beginning of my Steph Curry fandom. It was when Steph Curry lit up Madison Square Garden versus the Knicks. That was probably one of my favorite, most memorable moments.
Least favorite.
Probably. Yeah, what do you say?
I said least favorite. I'm a Knicks fan.
He said,
Every game's your least favorite if you're a Knicks fan.
majority of
And I
them.
think another one was Game 6 when Klay Thompson went off, actually. I forgot what year that was, but that was when Klay Thompson
remember
really
exactly
just
what you're
willed
talking
that
about.
team. Yeah.
And then everyone looked back at all his Game 6 stats, and everyone was like, "Yo, this guy's crazy in Game 6 for no reason."
Yeah.
What year was
I forgot
that?
what game that was. I think that was 27.
That was like his reputation, like Game 6. What?
2015? I'm not sure.
In 6 Clay.
Yeah.
Mm,
So it'd
alright.
probably be those two games.
Justin, favorite game?
Favorite game? Most entertaining game? Game 7, Cubs Indians of the World Series.
Oh, we switched it up
That's
with
20
the sports. Interesting.
20,
Oh, we doing baseball?
2016, I think.
Yeah, didn't that end like a 109-year drought or something?
Yeah, it was the Indians hadn't been in the finals for the World Series for a really long time, and the Cubs had the longest. I think it was the longest in sports, the longest drought. And the Indians tied it up 9th inning with a home run, and then it went to extras, and then the Cubs won. It was pretty sick. Even as an Indians fan, that was pretty sick.
Oh yeah, you are an
Well,
Indians
yeah.
fan. That's tough. Well, that
It was tough. It was tough.
Yeah.
But plus, they blew a 3-1 lead on that game too.
Tough scene.
I know.
You gotta respect
For me,
this.
For me, it's probably Super Bowl 49 because like my family, we moved from California to Seattle, and so it's Seahawks Patriots. So me and my brother are like big 49ers
Was that the
fans.
Malcolm
Yeah.
Butler?
Yeah, it's the Malcolm Butler
That
interception.
game was crazy.
Tough.
The interception heard around the world.
And then it was enjoyable to see the Patriots then lose to the Eagles because like the whole like
You-
narrative.
Big Dick Nick.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
That's like he's probably like my most favorite like player like you know, like those Jeremy Lin type runs where they're just great for no reason.
Yeah.
Caruso.
I called that during high school, bro. Like with the first round, or when who was their starting quarterback? Carson Wentz went down.
Foles.
I said it as a meme at first, and then I just rode the Eagles bandwagon until the Super Bowl. And I don't even care. Like, I'm a Patriots fan, but I just shat on to everyone. I'm like, bro, I told y'all the Eagles were gonna win. But thank you, Janko, for your question, my guy.
Yep, thank you.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Wow.
Does anyone have anything else to talk about or any questions, anything they have to say before we wrap it up?
Nothing much, man. Buster, appreciate you taking the time to come on the pod. Shout out to Hoops Nation. And shout out to Dom's camera that I cannot see.
Hey, man, if you want me here, the camera got to be off, all right? Oh, my phone's going to blow up. All
Yeah,
right?
we're going to get his computer soon, bro. In due time.
Yeah, we're
Thanks
fixing it.
you guys for having me. I appreciate the warmth and the funny questions as well.
Some of them.
Hopefully we didn't make you too uncomfortable, but you know, we're a goofy bunch.
No, it's all fun.
All right.
My rule is if you're not uncomfortable, I wasn't friendly enough.
You didn't do such chat justice if you're not uncomfortable.
All right, man. Buster, if you want to plug your shit real quick before we do outros for everyone else, go ahead.
Yeah, just at Buster on most platforms. Find me that way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right.
How did you get at Buster? Wait, one more question.
Go ahead.
Did you have to buy that?
I was able to get it through Instagram.
Like it was available when you did it?
No.
He doesn't want to tell us.
The person who had it was inactive, so I was able to get it that way.
Dude, I'm trying to do that on Twitter, bro.
How do you do that?
I'm trying to get that for B Souls, but they won't let me. But it's okay.
Yeah,
They won't let me.
The best way is just trying to contact the person directly and pray that they respond and you're able to work out a deal.
Yeah, but if they're inactive, fat chance, dog.
The one for B Souls on Twitter, I don't think they've tweeted since 09.
Oh.
How did they get your name? Was it a fan account? How did they get the name?
I'm pretty sure. I don't know.
The OG, you're a clone.
The OG, I'm a clone, bro.
You're a clone.
I bought my nickname off Fiverr, bro. Wordu, say goodbye to the people, man.
Twitter.com/WorduTheDude.
Nice,
Everybody
goodbye.
go follow me. I was scrolling through your Twitter, B-Souls, and I just realized that Harden's back with D'Antoni. I just realized that. So shout out to Harden. Yeah, I didn't realize that.
I didn't.
Shout out to Buster again. Shout out to Sporting Logically. He just hit 100K. I was on his live stream. Donated some bucks, you know. B-Souls was there.
Yes,
Flight
sir.
Mike
Yes,
was
sir.
there.
Representing
there.
the community, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. So I gotta represent, man. Love y'all, man. But follow us on Instagram. Let's Keep It a Buck Podcast on Instagram and subscribe. And don't vote.
Okay. Well, Justin,
No,
that says
vote.
to vote. Go ahead, do your outros, bro.
PG and vote. Everyone vote.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
yo, Trump got impeached again today.
Oh, we didn't
That's
even
not
talk
even the
about
biggest news.
I mean, it really is. But
It's
like,
really not.
in our space.
It's really
Dom, go ahead, say goodbye to the people.
Hey, man, go ahead and sub to the channel. Turn that notification bell on. Sub to the Clips channel. Go catch these clips. You know, we be putting them up there.
Yes, sir.
Follow the IG. Let's Keep It a Buck IG. Follow my IG, Young Damo33. Go stream Let's Doing the Most, featuring yours truly, Alex Wordu. Go sub to the YouTube channel at Downchurch97, even though ain't no content up there for real, since like 3 months ago, but I'm going to put some on there once y'all go sub, you know? Activity will come when I see activity, you know? And that's it.
Activity
Hope
will
you guys
be
have fun.
rewarded.
I'm doing it backwards. I need to see the people want it first.
Hey, Lo did that on the second channel, bro. He waited until it got like 30K for it until he subscribed.
Man. See
Uploaded.
Dom post, go support.
Yeah. But thank y'all to everyone. Shout out to the Twitch, everyone who's still at the end. Shout out to all of y'all. Leave us a 5-star on iTunes. You know the vibes, man. Thank you again for Buster to coming on, taking his time out. It is almost midnight. Thank you to any guest that comes on here, bro. Most of the shit ends at midnight.
Yeah. Mad love, bro.
Molly
mad
yesterday was
love,
ready to
mad
go to
love.
bed.
And we'll see y'all on Sunday. Peace out.